You join me at a tremendously exciting moment. It's into your head, number 788. We've a lot to get on with today. Items that need to be attended to, issues that need to be addressed, topics. Oh, topics. We've got lots and lots of topics. We're positively booming to the seams with topics. We've got topics coming out of this mouth. This mouthful orifice. This mouthful out. I suppose it's an orifice with an outlet in the back of it. But also an outlet in the front of it, because stuff comes out through the throat into the mouth. So I suppose that's an inlet into the mouth, and then the front of the mouth is an outlet. Although when you're breathing inwards or intaking food, the outside outlet of the mouth is an inlet, and then it's a bit like when you have one of those trains where when it's going one way they use the doors down one side of the train, and then when it's going back the other way they use the doors down the other side of the train. When the doors on one side aren't in use, they're just fire exits. They're not proper exits or entrances. It's a bit like that in the mouth. Except there isn't some fella making announcements every 5 minutes saying, please stand clear of the closing doors. The doors are about to close. If you don't move out of the way, they're going to slam your ears together. You're going to get a door slammed into each ear, unless you're standing sideways, facing the front or the back of the train. And then you'll get one door in the front of your face between the eyes, and the other door in the back of your head. And you won't know what will hit you. Well, you will, I suppose, because you'll be looking at one of the doors. So you'll know what hit you in the front of the face, but you won't know what hit you from behind. Although you'll probably be able to surmise that. You'll have seen the door, one of the two sliding doors hitting you in the front of the face because it's between the eyes. So you'll be able to surmise that what's hit you from behind is another door. So you won't be saying, oh look, a door hit me in the face and something else seems to have hit me from behind, but I don't know what it is because I can't see it. No. Although I suppose now that I think about it, if one of the doors is going to hit you between the eyes, you may well not see that, because you don't have an eye between your two eyes. There's a blind spot in the middle between your eyes. If something is going on between your two eyes, just around the area of the bridge of the nose, there could be a circus happening between your eyes in that part of your face, and you might know nothing about it. Especially if it's one of those silent circuses. If it has one of those silent, what you call a mime artist or something. One of those mime artists that look like clowns. It occurs to me now, of course, that they wouldn't have mime artists in a circus. They have clowns in a circus. My brain just decided, oh look, mime artists, they look a bit like clowns, so they probably have them in circuses. But they don't. Of course they don't. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they start having them soon, seeing as how it's becoming politically and socially unacceptable to have animals of any kind in circuses. So the circuses are going to need everything they can get. They can't go back to having freak shows either, so they have to have a mime artist who's basically someone who pretends to have a disability. That's considered fine. You can pretend to not be able to talk, and that's considered perfectly acceptable. But if you got in someone who couldn't talk and called it a freak show corner in your circus tent, that would be considered bad. No, you can't have that. Of course, it's the complete opposite when it comes to TV dramas. There was uproar a few years ago. There was a BBC soap called something or other. I can't remember the exact details. And they had someone playing a disabled person who wasn't disabled. And people said, that's disgraceful. There's plenty of disabled actors who could play that disabled character, and you got an able-bodied person. Of course, no one bothered to stand up and say the whole point of acting is that you're pretending to be someone who you're not. No. I like to pretend to I'm somebody who I'm not. I'll do it right now. Here, I'll demonstrate here by pretending to be somebody who I'm not. Hello, I'm somebody who I'm not. I'm not the somebody who's here. I'm somebody else. I vacated this body and somebody else is taking over. Basically, I'm being possessed. I'm like one of those, if this wasn't in a TV drama or an entertainment podcast and you came across someone who was somebody who they're not, you'd call a priest or something. You'd say, hello, do you do demon getting rid of, what's that thing you call it when you get rid of a demon? An ex something or other. An exorcism. Do you do exorcisms? Because there's a fella here who's somebody who he's not. He's basically like one of those zombies in The Walking Dead, except he's not dead. That's the problem. If he was dead and someone else was inhabiting his body, or he was a zombie, I'd be fine with that, because his body hasn't been stolen from him. He's still alive now and needing his body, so it's being stolen from him. But if I was dead and a zombie would take me over, that would be fine. No longer need that body anymore. Someone else can have it. Becoming a zombie is basically... That's the equivalent of organ donation. You're donating your entire body to some sort of essence. Some sort of corporeal essence. Is that what they call it? I don't know. It probably is. It's what I call it anyway. I call it some sort of corporeal essence. Anyway, hello and welcome to the show.
Into your head.
Two corporeal essences walk into a bar. One of the corporeal essences goes straight up to the bar counter and says, hello, can I have a pint of your finest whatever corporeal essences drink? I suppose they drink blood or something, I don't know, do they? What do corporeal essences drink? And the man behind the bar says, Christ, how would I know? I'm a barman, not a frigging nutritionist. You need to go to see a nutritionist. Don't cut corners. If you wanted legal advice, you wouldn't go up to your newsagent and ask for it. No. That would be a false economy, because you'd be taking advice that shouldn't be relied upon, and you could lose money by acting upon it. You wouldn't do that, no. So don't come to me for nutritional advice. Go to your nutritionalist. And the corporeal essence says, fine, fair enough. I suppose that's fair enough. I'll have a pint of your finest Guinness then, because I've seen on all the billboards and advertisements that Guinness is good for you and Pelicans drink it and all sorts of things. I might as well just follow the diet of a pelican. I remember reading a children's joke book I had when I was a kid. There was a thing that went, a wonderful bird is the pelican. Its beak can hold more than its belly can. That's stuck in my head forever, I can tell you. I think it was the Awful Joke Book it was called, or was it the Whiz Kids Handbook? That was one of those. One of those joke books that I had when I was a kid and I read over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It was one of those. Of course, I'm not a kid anymore, but I don't even know whether I'm an adult anymore either, because I seem to be just a corporeal essence. I can't seem to find my body. I think maybe I've been zombified before my time. I don't know, because I don't seem to remember dying. I don't look dead, although this isn't my body. I suppose if this was just my corporeal essence, am I even using the right term though? Corporeal essence, surely that would be the essence of your body, not your soul. I think I should be saying I'm my soul, and I've left my corporeal essence behind, although essence seems to suggest that it's not really the full physical thing, it's just the essence. So no, I think I've got all my terms arseways, probably because I'm not connected to my mind and body and brain anymore. You kind of need to be connected to a brain at the very minimum to do any proper logical thinking, to string a monologue together, I find. There's only so much you can do with coffee, you know. And there's no point. It's like having a tank of petrol but nothing to put it into because your car isn't Our car isn't working at the moment. Something's wrong with it. Have to go get it fixed on Monday. We got two of the cats fixed last week, and now this week we have to get the car fixed. Now the cats weren't broken. When we say get them fixed, we just mean neuter them. Get them sexually neutered so they lose all their desire to create more cats. Because you can't be going around creating more cats when you live in a house that already has many cats. It's not feasible. If they all started creating, Christ, so imagine the amount of cats we'd have tomorrow if I suddenly unmuted all of the cats. Jesus Christ, we'd have a lot of cats, and if there's one thing we don't want to have in this house, it's a lot of cats, although we do already have a lot of cats, so that's probably hypocritical. By neutering our cats, we are being hypocrites, because we're acting as if we don't want to have we're acting as if to purport that we don't want to have a lot of cats. We're also having a lot of cats at the same time, so that's contradictory. Can you be hypocritical by doing one thing and doing another, rather than saying one thing and doing another, which is the usual type of hypocrisy? I don't know. Who am I to say? You can't judge myself. You wouldn't expect a psychologist or a psychiatrist to make determinations as to his own condition, because you can't be what you call it about that. You can't be independent. What's the fucking word? You wouldn't what's the fucking word I'm trying to think of? I don't know. Is this the objective? There you go. A psychiatrist wouldn't treat himself or diagnose himself because he can't be objective. So you wouldn't make however it was. I don't know. I think I'm slowly starting to get back into the swing of this after my several-month podcast hiatus. I think we're getting better. I actually said some stuff today already. That's pretty good. I think it's because I had a lot of coffee. I've been pouring coffee down my greedy gullet like there's no tomorrow since about 8 o'clock this morning. And it's 20 to 1 in the afternoon now. It's 20 minutes to 1 of a Saturday afternoon in mid-October. It's coming up. Any minute now we'll be putting the clocks back by an hour. I'd say next week or the week after. I think it's in 2 weeks' time they go back, because it probably is. They go back. You get the clocks and you turn them back. And then next thing you know, you turn it. It's like the butterfly wings theory. If a butterfly flaps its wings at the other side of the world, a volcano could explode over here. Well, it's the same with the clocks. You put one clock back by an hour on the 31st of October or whenever it is, and next thing you know, the sun, which is 23 billion miles away, is coming up an hour earlier or an hour later, I forget which it is, and the moon, which admittedly is only about 93 million miles away, so probably easier to control, but nonetheless the moon is coming up an hour earlier or later as well, and all because you changed your clock by an hour, and they tell you that time is a construct. Bullshit, it's a construct. It's not an artificial human construct. It's a real thing. It affects the sun and the moon. Maybe it doesn't affect anything outside of our solar system. Maybe it has a little of a limitation in that it can't affect anything outside our solar system. But you already know it controls the sun, and if that's not enough control for you, then you're a fucking control freak. You'll never be happy with anything. Nothing will ever be enough for you. You might as well just go, I don't know, you might as well just go and take a running jump for yourself. Anyway, on with the show. Now, I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking, I spotted some logical flaws in his arguments in this programme so far. We're 13 minutes into the programme so far, not including any bumpers or music or introductions that he's about to add in later in the process. But no, I'd say 13 minutes and 25 seconds in, and he's already made several mistakes, several logical fallacies. That's not to say I'm taking him up on the factual inaccuracies, because I'm well aware that there's more to life than being accurate and having all the facts. If having all the facts and being accurate was the only thing that matters, then anyone who had access to Google could be a world leader and rule the universe. No. There's more to life than that. There's more to life than having the facts. And if there wasn't more to life than having the facts, they wouldn't let us have all the facts, because then we'd all be, nobody would be on the top of the pyramid. We'd have a level pyramid being flattened, a bit like when you get, we get a cereal packet sometimes, and you have a thing on the back, and it's make your own pyramid or something, and it's usually a basically a pencil drawing on the back of the cereal box cardboard, and you're told cut along the dotted lines and then fold and bend and glue and sellotape and stick it together until you make a model aeroplane or a model something else, or in this case a model pyramid. If you folded that back to its constituent parts being as described already, the back of a cardboard cereal box, then you'll find that's what you have when you flatten a pyramid. That's what you'd have if you got rid of all the thing where only some people have access to the information and other people don't, supposedly in a world where information and facts are the only things that matters. Then you'd have the flat pyramid, but that's not the case, and that's why we don't have a flat pyramid. We don't have, unless ISIS get their way. I believe ISIS want to demolish all the pyramids, but we'll see how that goes. Let's not get negative. Let's not get bogged down in the fact that there's a group that's trying to take over the world and kill us all. Let's not get all negative. In fact, let's have a bit of a song. You have a bit of a song? Might as well. It's been a while. Oh, my cat Philip caught a mouse. Except her name's not Philip, 'cause she's a girl. She's called Pippi the cat. And she caught a mouse the other day. Pippi the cat who catches mice. She catches Mises, mouses, mice, whatever. And now the long-term listeners among you who've been listening since the early days will realise that's not a brand new song. It's derivative of two previous cat songs from the early days, one of which I created, and the other of which my wife created, and I merged them in my head, because Pippi the cat is one of my earliest cats, and she's part of our home's cat mythology now. Never forget those songs, I can tell you. I think one of them is on episode 100, if I remember rightly. There you go. Bit of a cat song. Bring us back down to earth and not be up in the stars talking crap about pyramids and the end of the world and controlling the sun. Let's get back down to earth with a song about a cat. Anyway, good morning.
Into your head.